So we're going to share a song with you in Latin that many of you would recognize. It's "Peace Be With You" is the translation, and we're sending that blessing out to each of us here as well as to the world.
You know, sometimes you just have to wake me up.
You have to do a chord. Dona nobis pacem pacem. Dona nobis pacem. Dona nobis pacem. Dona nobis pacem.
Dona
nobis pacem. Dona nobis pacem. Dona nobis pacem. Dona nobis
For direction, we do.
Laurel?
Okay. I just read the thing.
Just really.
All right.
Joseph will do it. No, you're good.
Good.
You're good.
Okay.
Just walk right into it.
It's like a golf ball. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Laurel.
It's good to see everybody. We're closing out 2023. I'm looking forward to 2024.
Yeah.
I can almost hear you.
Yeah, could
Can you
you?
hear me now?
There we go.
Okay, I'll stand right here. All right. The heart knows. Connect to the divine within and access the power of your heart. Its wisdom and grace will guide, comfort, uplift, and inspire you to be who you have come here to be. Please stand and face east. East, air. Air is the most unique and mysterious of all the elements. It represents all that cannot be seen, the soul, heart, and spirit world. It can be unpredictable, playful, seductive, and soothing. Slowly breathe in. As you breathe out, trust in the wide open spaces of spirit. The time has come to soar higher and experience vibrant living. Please turn to your right. South, fire. Fire is considered a primary agent of change. Through its heat, fire purifies and transforms. The energy of fire is about self-expression, and it's a alluring and wildly brilliant dance of light. Step into the fire and live. Slowly breathe in. As you breathe out, let go of all limiting beliefs and step into the fiery spark of creation as you live out loud. Please turn to your right. West, water. Water represents the flow of life. It gracefully conforms to any container or environment. It is a powerful example of non-resistance. Be aware of the day-to-day currents and move freely with them. Slowly breathe in. As you breathe out, let go and give yourself completely to the wisdom and flow within. You are awake and in awe. Please turn to your right. North, earth. Earth energy is nurturing and grounding. A deep bond with the heart of Mother Earth is foundational for spiritual health because it gives each one a sense of purpose, invites us to be open and receptive, and reminds us of our interconnectedness with all life. Slowly breathe in. As you breathe out, take time to let go of the busyness of life and embrace the quiet by connecting with Mother Earth. Please turn and face your screen, the center aisle. Close your eyes, put your hands over your heart, and feel the presence of these elements, honoring each as an element of spirit. Now open your eyes. Take a moment as you see with the eyes of God. Notice God looking back at you.
Good morning again.
Good morning. Good morning.
For any of you who may not know who I am, I'm Patty Berry, and I'm blessed to be a practitioner emeritus in this center. There may be somebody online who doesn't know who I am. I actually had several choices today, and I'm deciding to go with these two.
Well, I love it when you have several
I know.
rather than what is she
I
thinking?
always love what Rev Ann says and reminds us of we're always a choice. Every moment is a choice. And so, first of all, I want to share something with you actually from the Daily Word, the Unity magazine. Because today, being the 31st, I thought this one was so well done, and I couldn't have said it better myself. So she says, with a grateful heart, I bid the year farewell. As the year draws to a close, I reflect upon the joyful times as well as the lower points of the past several months. In a prayerful moment of contemplation, I feel gratitude as I accept all of it. I may have laughed and cried, celebrated and grieved, but I made it.
That's
As
right.
days turned into weeks and weeks into months, I have met the year's events with faith and have grown resilient. Now it's time for me to let go of it all as I prepare to begin again. I take the lessons of the past 12 months, their joys and sorrows, and prepare myself for the new year. I let go and let God as I spiritually surrender my hopes and dreams and even my fears. I am divinely guided and infinitely blessed. I step boldly and bravely into a year that is mine to live to the fullest. And from Psalm 4:5, offer right sacrifices and put your trust in the Lord. And one thing I love to remember is that Emma Curtis Hopkins used to say, every time you see the word Lord, think of law, because it is that energy that is going into what already exists and activating it. So then I came upon this, and this is from Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. Do all of you know who Norman Vincent Peale was? He wrote The Power of Positive Thinking. He was actually a contemporary of Ernest Holmes, and I think he was very influenced by Ernest Holmes. And he's talking about stopping in for lunch with a friend, a very dear friend who really had a big influence on his life. And he said, you know, I just met a man who told me it was impossible to be happy anymore. And this happened to resonate with me because of what's been going on in the world, you know, with all the chaos and people being so unsettled. Anyway, he said, no happiness. Then he reached in his pocket and he pulled out a card, and this is what it said. This reminds me of Linda Durham. She, too, is a dear friend in my heart. I have to tell you all, no matter whether I'm with you or not, I hold all of you. Whether you're here today, on Zoom, wherever you are, I hold you in my heart because it makes me cry. It's so blessed. So anyway, here we go. This was on the card. Take time to laugh. We do that a lot around here. It is the music of the soul. Take time to play. It is a source of perpetual youth. Take time to pray. It is the greatest power on earth. Take time to love and be loved. It is a God-given privilege. Take time to be friendly. It is the road to happiness. And take time to give. It is too short a day to be selfish. And then Dr. Peel added, take time for God. It is the way to life. And so our affirmation today is, I'm just going to say it and repeat it after me. I take to breathe in love.
I breathe in love.
And as I exhale,
And as I exhale,
I know that anything is possible in God
I know that anything is possible in God
through me.
through me.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, Patty. Good morning. I'm Joseph Salick, the music director here. And this morning it's a pleasure and a delight to be welcoming Kathy Lamoureux and Anita Het. They are musical sisters who come from a very talented musical family. Together they formed the duo called Blue Spring. Thank you. And Anita has recently, or maybe not so recently, retired from many years serving the students of Santa Fe as the lead nurse at the Santa Fe Public Schools. She's very much enjoying her newfound freedom and the pleasure of a spacious life. Kathy has also been a medical professional for many years. Right now, she is splitting her time between Santa Fe and Hawaii and leaves shortly for Hawaii. This morning, the second song they will share Kathy will be playing her ukulele, christening her ukulele in honor of her return to Hawaii. So they're going to share 2 original songs. Please join me in welcoming Kathy and Anita.
Well, I want to thank Joseph because he's just the most talented, flexible musician ever, and he just adds so much to our music. So I wrote this song last year as my birthday present to myself because I was 60 years old, and I was like, oh man, seasons are really changing in me. And I was like, oh, that's a good title for a song. So this is called Seasons Are Changing, and each verse acknowledges the season. The scent of a flower early in spring, colorful petals on a thread of green, awakening beauty unfettered and new, makes me feel so alive. The summer's sea, inspired and free, seasons are changing in me. Shimmering sounds in summer soft rain, the scent of it fills the air. One golden glow that brightens the the day makes my heart want to sing. A wonderful life, nature's beauty it brings. Seasons are changing in me. I was always afraid of getting older, but time doesn't wait for me. Seasons change, it's part of life. If I choose, I will find. Just let it flow, let it go. Autumn leaves fall gracefully, dancing in the breeze. Birds fly according to plan, makes me feel so alive. Embracing the day, come as they may. Seasons are changing in me. Gray sky reminds me, trials of life's uncertainty, frail moments trembling for hope, makes me feel so alive. Chill of the winter, letting it be. Seasons are changing in me. Thank you, Ann.
Thank you. That was so lovely. Thanks.
Raise that for you.
Yeah. I don't need to move anything else because this is all good where it is. Oh, good. That's good. Good?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Joseph. Woo! I felt like Flip Wilson right then. I think I'll do it again. Good morning, every day.
Good morning, Rev Ann.
What a beautiful day it is. When we were driving here, I mean, it's impossible not to see the beauty anywhere when you're around anywhere, if you're looking. But today, the sky was so incredible, is so incredible, which I say so many days about the Santa Fe sky. And we have a dear one to this community who is traveling right now, who has had nothing but cloudy skies and rain the whole time she's been gone. And I said, just wait, because you'll know you're home when you see the sky that is waiting for you. So, in case you've forgotten in a week, which can happen, anytime, I'm Rev Ann, and I am blessed, honored, excited, thrilled, actually, to get to be the senior minister with this spiritual community, serving together, loving together, honoring together, celebrating together, laughing together, crying together. This isn't my first rodeo, which means that I have both attended and served at other centers. And all great communities, all having their strengths. But there has never been one like this one. There has never been the depth of caring and support that I witness and experience. It's not just, okay, we go and we listen to this person talk every Sunday, and then we go back to our lives, and, we never communicate, we never reach out, no, that's not what happens. When Patty was sharing with all of you that every single one, whether she knows you or not, whether you've been in this room before or not, she holds everyone in her heart. And she is not the only one. She is not the only one. And when the offer is extended by means of the MC to take advantage of one-on-one prayer at the end of service, that's no casual offer. That's not, well, okay, I'll sit down and talk to somebody because the wheels are coming off the car and I don't know what to do with my life. We can sit down with a practitioner. Any one of us can sit down with a practitioner, even one practitioner with another. It happens. And just want to celebrate something, want to be grateful for something, want to understand something differently. It doesn't have to be a big deal. But the result is always a big deal. So my title today, if anybody paid any attention to their newsletter, is, let's see, it's been almost 7 years now. I think I'll stop saying that. Because that's long enough, is there is no try. Can anybody tell me where that came from?
Yoda.
Do or do not. There is no try.
That's right. That's right, Deanna Joy. So the scene in Star Wars, And whether you've seen it or not, it doesn't matter. This is the scene in Star Wars where these words are spoken. Luke is young, and he's very early in his Jedi training. And if you don't know who Luke is, and if you don't know who Jedis are, that's okay. It makes your life a little less. But anyway, so Yoda is a Master Jedi. Maybe the Master Jedi. And he is determined to train Luke to use his mind. This is going to start sounding familiar. To use his mind to make things happen differently. I wonder how Yoda and Luke ended up at his Science of Mind talk on Sunday. Anyway, he's determined to help Luke grasp the power of his mind. And so, due to a couple of snafus that happened, the airship that would otherwise be able to get them out of the forest has ended up in the drink, as my mother used to call it. A pond, whatever. And Luke is, with Yoda's help, is trying to get the airship out of the pond. Now, this is one person trying to lift an airship out of a pond. And Yoda this is kind of like Luke's attitude. And this little guy with the funny ears is trying to tell me that I can do this by myself with my mind. But that's exactly what's happening. So Luke is insisting, it's impossible. It's impossible. He tries a couple times. The airship kind of goes, where you can sort of see something sticking out of the water, and then it falls back down, and Luke says, nope, it can't be done. And Yoda says, Deanna Joy,
Do or do not. There is no try.
and then Yoda,
Can you repeat it?
do or do not. I can't repeat it like Deanna Joy. Do or do not, there is no try. Because Luke's insisting, he's really trying. He's really putting a lot of effort into it. And Yoda's saying, no, this isn't about effort. This isn't about effort. So Yoda, who, I'm serious, is about this big, and I think his ears are almost as big as he is. Yoda, very calmly, he's standing on the shoreline with his hands folded like this in his robes. And he closes his eyes and he takes one hand and he just holds his hand out like this with his eyes closed. And as the airship starts to rise, he raises his hand, and Luke is, he's gobsmacked. He's never seen anything like this. And he raises the airship out of the water, and he brings it over to the shore, and then he gently sets it down. He doesn't use any effort. He doesn't show any strain. There's no whining and carrying on about how hard this is. And when we're learning, because I consider us all, including me, students of this philosophy called the science of mind, and we keep learning as we practice.
That's right.
Because that's how we learn,
That's right.
is that we practice. And as we practice, we learn more. And we come to understand that effort has nothing to do with it. Clarity has something to do with it. Alignment with a bigger idea has something to do with it. Our inner peace, now this is going to really throw you for a loop. Our inner peace, no matter what is going on around us, that has something to do with it.
Yes.
Because when we are at peace, no matter what, then we are able to know beyond the evidence, beyond the circumstance, beyond the condition, beyond the apparent difference between the weight of an airship and a person, and the person's strength. We're able to know that one has nothing to do with the other. And we get all caught up in this thing called reality. Don't we? It's okay. You can nod. No harm, no foul. We get all caught up in this thing called reality, and the reality is based on evidence and circumstances, both of which are temporary.
You're right. That's it.
Because it's the funniest thing. When something changes for the better, and the evidence and the condition and the circumstance has vanished, which it does,
Yep.
into the nothingness from which it came. I can't tell you where it went, and I'm just as glad, because I don't need to know where it went. I just know it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's gone, we don't necessarily stop and go, well, where'd it go? When something is fixed or starts working for no apparent reason, when let's say we take our car in to be repaired because it's making this weird sound, and the mechanic says, oh, that's no big deal. It's just a blah, 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 and I'll have it out of here in no time, and there'll be no charge. And we spent days postponing taking our car in because we were so convinced that we weren't going to have the money. But the mechanic didn't know that. It happens. And when it happens, how do we feel?
Relieved.
We feel relieved. We feel maybe even joyous. We feel happy
I'm grateful.
and grateful. But we don't stop and go, where did it go? Or how did that happen to me? At least if we've been practicing at all. And when I say practicing, I'm talking about spiritually practicing in whatever way we do. And it's not up to me to stand here and tell you how your spiritual practice should be. I can give you lots of examples. And I can do that. And that's part of my job. But you have to choose. You know what fulfills you. You know what you can dive into, like writing music, that where your mind kind of leaves the building and you're just invested in the art of creating art. Everybody has their own vision and version of spiritual practice. The point is that we do it.
Right.
And it doesn't matter, and I'm really going to say this, and I'm saying it and being recorded in 2 places. It doesn't matter if we spend 5 minutes or 5 hours. We don't earn a higher place anywhere if we up the ante on how long we sit in a lotus position miserably and practice that particular meditation. It's do or do not.
Yes.
There is no try. Do or do not practice. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, but I've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried to learn how to meditate. And I can't do it. I can't do it. Like a 5-year-old. I can't do it. So don't.
Right.
But I'll tell you what. There is something that you already do that absorbs your attention. Whether it's tinkering with electronics, working in the garden, reading, taking a pet for a walk, washing the dishes, doing laundry. There is something that you already do, maybe more than one thing, where you get so absorbed in it that riding horses, Jackie, or anything that any of the millions of things that you do to take care of them, those are all absorbing. That's your meditation. That's your meditation. It is sacred time. Bring that awareness to it. It is sacred time. Cooking, Patricia. all of us have our things. Not everybody like Linda is building a chapel right now, but I would say that's a sacred thing and has required a great amount of time. Again, it's not about effort. It's about our intention and our investment in that intention. When Yoda says, do or do not do, there is no try. Try doesn't even get us in the front door. It doesn't. It doesn't even get us in the front door. The decision, the choice to take the step to cross the threshold is what gets us in the front door. Right?
Yes.
And taking the step to cross the threshold to go in the front door only gets us in the front door. And that's fine. Because from there, we suddenly have, as you've heard me say before, a gazillion new options.
Right.
So now what? Now what? What is it that I wish to do, be, bring, reveal, give now? From here, not from there, not from San Diego, but from this very spot. Those are our options. And we get to look all around us at the different, it's sort of like being at 31 flavors, where you get to look around at all the different flavors and go, which one do I feel like today? What do I feel like right now? What do I feel will optimize my being the best I can be right this moment? Not tomorrow. Now. And you know what? Whatever your best is right this moment, son of a gun, if you won't surprise yourself, if you keep working just with that intention, surprise yourself and outdo yourself as a new best in the afternoon. I'm not talking about tomorrow, because what do we know about tomorrow? Tomorrow is always today. Tomorrow is an empty promise. So as we approach this brand new baby year, what I suggest you do with this day is you take the time to really put a bow on 2023. Maybe have conversations with people where you can share things that happened during the year. Maybe do some journaling. Maybe just sit and take in nature and just give anything up that you really prefer not to carry into the year ahead, that you prefer not to put in the archive of memories that you have of your precious life. And then spend just a little time, letting your imagination go wild. If you alone could bring peace to the world, not how would you do it, because I want you to know that just having the thought brings peace to the world. But if you alone could bring peace to the world, which we all can, how can we bring peace to the world? By being peace in our own life.
Yes. Amen.
If you alone could bring peace to the world, what would you do next? I've got peace handled. What am I going to do now? What would I imagine next? What would I want to bring to those I love next? What would I want to bring into my own life next? That would be so delicious that I can't imagine living this long without it. You haven't lived this long without it. It's just been waiting. It's just been waiting for you to be ready to cross that particular threshold. I give you all my heart, my love, my knowing, my certainty. Because Yoda lent me a little for this talk this morning. A little extra certainty about the powerful beings that we are and the opportunities that we have to use it for good. So there is no try or not try. There is only do. Let's do it. And so it is.
So it is.
So